Hello grade 12s and welcome to another mathematics lesson. So right now we're going to be doing the introductory lesson to cubic functions. Here we go. So the important formula that you need to remember is the standard equation of a cubic function is y is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. This is the simplified form where d is the y-intercept and y is equal to a open bracket x minus x1 close bracket open bracket x minus x2 close bracket open bracket x minus x3 close bracket, where x1, x2 and x3 are the roots or x-intercepts of the function. So this is the factorized form. So both formulas are not on the information sheet, so you need to know them off by heart. So that's part one. That's just made by me. So number one states the graph of a cubic function with equation f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus x squared minus 8x plus 4 is sketched below. This is the graph of x. F intersects the x-axis at A, B, and C. So it cuts the x-axis here, here, and here. And then f of x intersects the y-axis at D, cuts the y-axis here. And F has turning points E and F. So the turning points or the stationary points are E and F, right? 1.1 states, calculate the coordinates of A, B, and C. You know that A, B, and C are the x-intercepts, right? So, as usual, it's going to be x-intercept, y is 0, right? So f of x is 0. What is f of x? 2x cubed minus x squared minus 8x plus 4, 0. Common factor in the first two, it's x squared. 2x cubed divided by x squared is 2x minus x squared divided by x squared is 1. Common factor between these two is negative 4. Negative 8x divided by negative 4 is 2x. Positive 4 divided by negative 4 is minus 1, 0. Right? So we can see that one bracket repeats. So we just say x squared minus 4, 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. This is a difference of 2 squares, right? X plus 2, x minus 2, 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So it's going to be x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0, or 2x minus 1 is 0, right? So x is negative 2, or x is positive 2, or 2x is 1. Because this negative 1, when it goes to the other side, it becomes positive 1. So we're only going to simplify this one by dividing both sides by 2. X is negative 2, or x is 2, or x is half. So we need to decide which one goes where, right? So conveniently for us, they are arranged in, first is negative 2, then half, then 2. So A is negative 2, B is half, C is 2. So A, B, half, and C, 2 and 0. Right? 1.2 states, determine the coordinates of D. D is the y-intercept. X is 0, right? So f of 0 is equal to cubed which is just, it's going to be 4. So D, x is 0 and y is 4. 1.3 states, write down the domain of f. So we know that the domain is the set of x values. So this graph is not restricted. So it's going to be x is an element of real numbers. Or you can use interval notation. X is an element of curved bracket negative infinity, semicolon infinity, curved bracket. 1.4 states, calculate the coordinates of E and F. You know that E and F are the turning points or the stationary points, right? So we know the function 2x cubed minus x squared minus 8x plus 4. To find the turning point, we go to the first derivative, which is f prime of x. We bring down, so it's going to be 3 times 2, which is 6x. Then we less by 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, minus, bring down 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 1 minus 1 is 0, plus 0. The first derivative, which is the gradient at the turning points, is 0. So it's going to be 0 is equal to 6x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, let's use the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b is negative 2 plus or minus square root of a is 6, c is negative 8. Right, so it's going to be x is y. Here it is. So x is negative 1, or x is, we're go to the positive. 4 over 3. Then we substitute this, not into the derivative formula, but to the original formula, right? F of negative 1 is 2 times negative 1 cubed plus 4. Then we calculate f of 4 over 3. Just replace with 4 over 3. So it's negative 100 over 27. So F is in the second quadrant, E is in the fourth quadrant. Second quadrant, X is negative and Y is positive. So here X is negative, Y is positive. F is the other one. X is positive and Y is negative. Calculate the length of AC. 1.5. Calculate the length of AC. So calculate the length from here to here. You know, since it's on the same axis, it's just going to be x of C minus x of A. X of C is 2. X of A is negative 2. 2 negative times negative is positive. So AC is 4. You can use the distance formula if you don't trust us. Okay, now I took up too much space. Calculate the point of inflection of the graph of F. Point of inflection, you do the second derivative and then you equate to 0. Right? So the first derivative is f prime of x is 6x squared minus 2x minus 8. Second derivative f prime prime x, bring down 2, 6 times 2 is 12, x to the power of 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 2, x, 1 minus 1 is 0, minus 0. We equate it to 0, so it's going to be 0 is equal to 12x minus 2. 12x is equal to 2. We'll go to the other side. X is 2 over 12. 1 over 6. And then we calculate f of 1 over 6. What is x? We put 1 over 6. Cubed. 143 over 54. So the point of inflection 1 over 6 and 143 over 54. Range is the set of y values. So generally, if it's not restricted, it's just y is an element of real numbers. Write down the range of f of x. Y is an element of real numbers, or in interval notation, y is an element of from negative infinity up until infinity. 1.8 states, give the value or values of x for which f of x is greater than 0. So this just means where the graph is above the x-axis. So where is the graph above the x-axis? So we're going to use it. Going this way, it's above, right? Until ending here, right? And then afterwards, going that way. So you write the separate solution first, right? So x is greater than negative 2. X is less than half, right? And x is greater than 2, right? But these ones, they approach each other, so it's going to be a combined solution, right? Your final answer is going to be negative 2 less than x less than half, and x is greater than 2. Okay, so don't write this, rather write this as the final solution. B states, give the value or values of x for which f is increasing. F is increasing, so remember, when a is positive, it goes up, stationary point down, stationary point up, right? So between the stationary points, it's going down, right? So we exclude between the stationary points. Before the stationary point, your graph was going up, so you need the x value of f. Whoopsie, I made a mistake. I swapped them. So E, this is the one, this is, oh no, I didn't make a mistake. Actually, I did, because here x is positive and y is negative. Sorry, my bad. So I'll fix that. The final solution should have been, for 1.4, E is 4 over 3 negative 100 over 27, and F negative 1 and 9. So use the x values of the, so before F it was increasing, right? After F it goes down. So it should be x is less than negative 1 and x, the other point, x is greater than 4 over 3, because after E it goes up. My mistake, so please fix this, right? This is 4 over 3 and negative 100 over 27, and F is the other one, negative 1 and 9. So please fix that, my bad. F is concave up. So how it goes is that when A is positive, concave down, and then at the point of inflection, the concavity changes, concave up. So the values of x which the graph is concave up is after the x value of the point of inflection, which we calculated to be 1 over 6. So x is greater than 1 over 6, or x is greater than, if you have to, 0.17. Number D states f of x is less than or equal to 0. So below or on top of the x-axis, this time it's the reverse this time, right? Okay. So as we can see, before A it's below, so it's going this way, and then after B it's below, before C it's below. So its x is less than or equal to -2. And now this one, because they approach each other, it's going to be combined. X is greater than half and x is less than 2. So it's going to be half less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. 1.9 states, calculate the gradient of the line joining points E and F. So gradient formula, gradient of YF minus YE over XF minus XE. It's just going to be, what is YF? 9 minus -100 over 27 over, what is X? -1 minus 4 over 3. So gradient of -49 over 9. Okay, I hope you understood. I apologize for my mistakes and I promise to do better in the next segment. I hope to see you again. Thank you very much.